Hey everyone, I want to create this video because I want to just kind of inform you about the use of foil, aluminum foil, which I use a lot, so I'm going to stop using that. And probably, not probably, but more than likely begin using parchment paper. I have to look into that, but parchment paper will be the substitute for that. And I want to say this because when you go in a 99-cent store, when you go into just your little regular corner stores here, aluminum foil is like 99 cents. It's cheap. It's, kind of like, something where you can really just kind of get your hands on it easily. And I have not seen parchment paper as easily as if I've seen foil. And foil is like all over the place. But here is what I learned about foil paper. Research that was conducted explored explored the use of aluminum foil for cooking and preparing food. Aluminum just doesn't appear in foil. It is the most popular cooking material used by people in developing countries. Pots and pans are not aligned. Pots and pans are lined with it, and it is found in some kitchen utensils like large serving spoons. Copper used to fulfill this role. What? But over time, copper used to fulfill this role, but over time, it's been replaced by aluminum because it's cheaper and mass-produced and easier to clean. Just like I said, I'll go in a 99-cent store and there's foil paper everywhere, in every size, in every amount. Why? Because it's cheaper and it's cheaper to mass produce, which causes, illnesses to us. Aluminum and health. Human bodies can excrete small amounts of aluminum very efficiently. This means that minimal exposure to aluminum is not a problem. The World Health Organization has established a safe daily intake of 40 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day. So for a person who weighs 60 pounds, the allowable intake would be 2,400 milligrams. But most people are exposed to and ingest far more than the usual safe daily intake. Aluminum is present in corn, yellow cheese, salt, herbs, spices, and tea. It's used in cooking utensils, as described, as well as pharmaceutical agents like antacids and antiperspirants. Aluminum sulfate, which is derived from aluminum, is used as a coagulant during the purification process of drinking water. Scientists are exploring whether overexposed to aluminum may be posing threats to human health. For instance, high concentration of aluminum has been detected in the brain tissue of patients with Alzheimer's disease. Scientists have examined the community of old people with Alzheimer's and concluded that it is a modern disease that's developed from altered living conditions associated with society's industrializations. These conditions may include high levels of aluminum in daily life. How many of you are wrapping your food with aluminum foil, especially hot foods, because hot foods aluminum leach from the heat into your foods. So many of us are doing this, and that's how come we are dying of so many various ailments because of the toxicity and the chemicals from society's industrializations. We're dying because of all of the various chemicals in everything that we, I don't want to say everything, but most things that we are putting in our body or in our mouths. And it doesn't have to be. So I don't want you to say, oh, we're going to die anyway. For those of you who say that, then when it's time to die, you'll see what it feels like when you're about to die. But to avoid it while you're alive, you could just make some minor changes and find safer products and things that will, help you have a longer, healthier life. As I'm talking, I'm thinking about the makeup. I no longer wear makeup. I use Bird's Bees, something like that, which is organic or natural makeup. Doesn't use a lot of chemicals. I'm actually looking into making my own makeup. I'm using powder like beet powder and cinnamon and curcumin and turmeric and mixing these colors together. But I have to find a, what do they call it? A binder. But I love experimenting. So just reading this about aluminum foil, those pans, all of that, because it's shiny, it leaches into your food. And those are chemicals. And it's easy to get, like, look, we buy 4 pans, aluminum pans for like what? $1? 4 pans. Look how cheap it is. It's cheap, but it's killing us. Okay? It's making us sick. Avoid foil when cooking. Given all these proven risks, it is important to determine the aluminum concentration when cooking. Pots and other cookware tend to be oxidized, providing an inert layer that prevents the aluminum from leaching into foods. The problem is when you scrub your pots after cooking, the layer is worn away and the aluminum can now seep into your food. This is easily avoided when you get new aluminum pots. Boil water in them several times until the base becomes matte. This creates a natural oxidation that prevents leaching. Let me repeat that again for those of you who have the aluminum pots. Boil water in them several times until the base becomes matte. This creates a natural oxidation that prevents leaching. They may look nicer when they're scrubbed and shiny, but a matte base is better for your food and your health. But cooking your food in foils is a different story. Aluminum foil is disposable, and you will not be able to create that inert layer prior to using it. Research has found that the migration of aluminum into food during the cooking process of foods wrapped in aluminum foil is above the permissible limit. What I'm going to do is, let me see if I want to continue reading this. Aluminum is significantly more likely to leach into food at a higher level in acidic and liquid food solutions like lemon, tomato juice, than in those containing alcohol or salt. Leaching levels climb even more when spices is added to the foods that cooked in aluminum foil. Anything acidic sparks a particularly aggressive process that dissolves layers of aluminum into food. This research suggests that the aluminum foil should not be used for cooking. Instead, we recommend using glassware, porcelain when preparing baked dishes. It's safe to wrap cold foods in foil, though not for long stretches of time because food has a shelf life and the aluminum in the foil will begin to leach into the food depending on ingredients like spices. Wow. Good information, everyone. Aluminum foil, pull up some, you can also continue doing your research and find out more about the leaching of foil into aluminum into our foods. Thank you very much. And you can use glassware, porcelain, and it didn't say parch paper, but I'll look into that.